Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July, moving into early August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Virgo collective? Late July, early August, and Virgo season. It's right around the corner. Hopefully, you're going to invite me to those birthday parties, right? But let's see what energies, messages, insights we could take a peek at. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late July, early August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this going here. We're going to have some fun today, my good friends. We're going to read through these cards. Nice. Now, this is huge when it comes to perspective. And yeah, look at this. I mean, obviously, whenever we see symbolism with people wearing a mask, it's going to be like, huh, what's up? What's going on? But to me, like, the big theme with this is perspective, and I'm going to go much deeper because I feel like perspective and context are extremely important when it comes to any situation. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about it. So as we can see, we have these two individuals that look like twins, both looking out of one eye of this mask, right? Now, with the twins, I link this to Gemini energy, even though it's not a tarot card. So if you're connected to Gemini, you have Gemini placements. Maybe that's prominent and important for one reason or another. And of course, like when we see a mask, we could think of hidden energy, secret energy, certain things that we don't quite see. But that's not my main focus here. As I already mentioned, it's about perspective and context, because these people, they're looking through the same mask, so it's like they're on the same page. Now, again, when it comes to every situation, any situation, perspective, how you view it is super important. Whether you're wanting somebody to see something through your eyes, your shoes, maybe spirit wants you to pull yourself away, saying, all right, if someone was advising me, how would I react, or what advice would I give them? There's something here about putting oneself in another person's shoes. So whether you're wanting that, needing that, or maybe spirit's asking you to emotionally detach from something and look at it logically. That's one thing with this card. So again, the only downside to this, it could represent people that aren't on the same vibe. But hopefully this is energy coming into a same place where it's like, you could see where I'm coming from, I see where you're coming from. So we're going to let them chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Virgo collective in late July, early August. What's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So there was an overarching energy of someone being a little wound tight. Now, it didn't necessarily have to be you. It could have been somebody else, but the reading was titled "They Are Stressing." Now, stress is a part of life, right? Even when things are going good, sometimes we get a little stressful or stressful situations. It's all about how we deal with it and handle it. But yeah, that energy did feel extremely wound tight. So I'm hoping that didn't happen for you. Maybe it was someone else, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my beautiful Virgo friends to start us off. What do we have? Cool. All right, so we got one of your power cards in position number 1. We got the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Let's get her tucked in by that amethyst. She's going to hang out with us today. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what we see. What do we have for Virgo? Thank you. Cool. Eight of Pentacles. So a very solid earthy energy. This could potentially be good, especially since this is a Virgo reading. Let's get one more. We'll get one more, then we'll start piecing this all together, my good friends. Okay, yeah, then the energy picks up quickly, and this card almost jumped off my desk. We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, that energy was like ready and raring to go. So there is like this buildup or release of energy once we get to this back end, which I'm kind of liking. I guess it depends, again, with the context when we get to it. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements real quick. I feel like it tells us how comfortable you might be with the energy or just the areas of life that could be prominent. I mean, it's a foundational type of energy. And you have a mixture of a lot of earth, very good for Virgo, a little bit of air right there on the back end. We have people showing up too. So that's something we need to make note of, other people's energy. But when it comes to the earth, as I already mentioned, it's your power element, it's your comfort zone. Virgo works very well within this. Now, what do I think of with earth? I think of results. I think of routine. I think of structure. I think of day to day life where it's like every day at this time I do this. So whether it's spirit saying, like, hey, bring structure to something, or again, that might be an energy that you work well in. It could also be money, work, business, finance, home, family, anything of the earthly realm when we see a lot of this pentacle energy. Uh, so usually it's good. The downside to so much earth energy, it's a very slow mover, right? It's an energy that's like very meticulous, very detailed. So sometimes it could be stubborn and sometimes it could feel stuck. Onto the back end, we have the complete and total opposite. So we do have a huge vibe switch. When we get to the back end, we have air. Now, this one is very predictable, slow moving. Air is always zipping and zooming around, right? So, like, that's the big shift I'm already picking up. But with air, it's very logical, pragmatic, straightforward to the point. It's all about facts. It's huge when it comes to either wanting information, needing information, the context. I don't know why context keeps coming up, but it is for some reason. I like it. It's very cerebral, smart, intelligent. The only downsides to air is that sometimes it can overthink, kind of like what we were seeing last week. It could be an energy that can be cold, it could be very detached as well. So we have a huge vibe switch. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with a beautiful card. We have the Queen of Pentacles, one of my favorites in the whole deck. Now, as I already mentioned, this is one of the Virgo power cards. It could be any earth sign, though. It doesn't just have to be Virgo. I would say it could be Virgo, Capricorn, could be Taurus. Now, it is a divine feminine figure, but remember, this isn't specifically the gender of an individual. It's just how the energy presents itself. And queens, to me, represent the internal aspect of the suit. So remember what I was saying about this: very structured, very predictable, results driven, earthly. So when I see her, usually it's an internal stability and security. So hopefully you're feeling in a pretty solid place, or maybe you will be soon. I like her. To me, she's like the Empress Light. She represents blessings and abundance, fertility. She's motherhood, cup runneth over type of energy. So we love the Queen of Pentacles. Great stuff. The only downside to her, she can get a little too set in her ways, right? And again, no judgment here, but just watch out for that type of energy. She could be very inflexible or not flexible, if I want to phrase it a different way. So that's something to watch out for, especially with her, because I don't want to say it's stubborn, but the energy just does not feel movable. It reminds me of the Hierophant. And it's definitely not going to stay that way, looking at what we have coming up in the future. Now, in the center, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Love this card. It is one of the cards of career, money. You see this person, they're at their workbench, they're working away, they're building those pentacles. So I like it. It's effort. So, again, great for work and career, money, things, beautiful stuff. But when we get into the relationships, this is an energy that's working on something. It's putting effort towards something. I like this because this could represent fixing things, mending things. I'm putting a lot of effort in. So hopefully there's a situation where it's like you're putting effort in, maybe someone else is putting effort in, where it's like an equal distribution of effort. That's the best case scenario. But what's the rough side of such a beautiful, artisanal, creative card? The Eight of Pentacles can sometimes represent forcing, working too hard. It can be like a workaholic energy, so watch that you're not burning the candle at both ends. Make sure you're giving yourself that work-life balance. But this energy can try to force a square peg into a round hole. So try to not force things in this time when that card shows up. Now, on the back end, we have a complete and total vibe switch that I've been mentioning since the beginning. We have the Knight of Swords. All knights represent action and communication. Out of all the knights, this is the fastest moving one from the fastest moving suit. So whether it's an action you're taking, an action someone else is taking, hopefully this is a potential breakthrough that we're picking up. Like with all this slow build, effort into the Knight of Swords, it's like boom, results, boom, breakthrough. Or at the very least, it's a shift of energy. Now, if you're not connected to an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this energy aside from the communication and action, very determined, very willful to move something forward, where it's like, I will get this. It's like tunnel vision. I'm locked in. So this can be great. The downside to the Knight of Swords is he can be very confrontational and pushy. So you see that little warning that we might potentially be getting here with these two cards. This energy, hopefully it's not butting of heads, but it's like very willful, where it's like, I will get this done. I will get this done my way. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that queen, see what she has. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is that Queen of Pentacles here? What is she doing? Okay, Queen of Wands. Very unsure, very skeptical type of energy I'm picking up here. And out of the 4 cards we have out, 3 of them are now court cards, other people. So again, for those Virgos out there that are energetically sensitive, just watch the energy of other people rubbing off on you, or maybe there's someone in your life where the people they're surrounding themselves are like rubbing off on them. I don't know why I'm getting this energetic rub off for some reason. So do with that what you will. And listen, I do a lot of personal readings for you beautiful Virgos. We connect a lot. Normally, Virgos are pretty good at insulating themselves from energetic rub off like that. So just, it's worth keeping an eye on, whether it's the people surrounding you or the people surrounding another person. It's like, no, that person's taking on traits of this person. There's like energy rubbing off. Now, we're going to put that message to the side. The Queen of Wands, fire sign. We have almost the whole damn zodiac out here, right? Usually in the upright, she's bold and confident. She's feeling great. It's about aesthetics and beauty. It's a very sexy type of energy. So when I see her in reverse, underneath this Queen of Pentacles, one, this could be hermit-like type of energy, which is your power card, where it's like, I do not want to be perceived. I do not want to be looked at. Like, it's an energy that's kind of, putting itself away for some reason. But I get this skepticism. I like, for some reason, on the intuitive sense, when I see the Queen of Pentacles with her in reverse, it's like, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure about this situation. So I would say in this time, treat anything and everything with a healthy dose of skepticism, caution, and keeping an eye on it. Right. And again, that's another thing I know you beautiful Virgos are good at. You're very good at analyzing things and patterns. So yeah, that's how this is feeling to me in the front. Healthy dose of skepticism. We're going to keep going. Hopefully this isn't like a person where it's like, I don't know how I feel about you, but we'll see. We're just going to put that Queen of Wands down right there. So yeah, those are the main 2 things: the skepticism or not wanting to be perceived. So let's go in on the 8 of Pentacles. Let's see what the effort's about. So why is the 8 of Pentacles here for my beautiful Virgo friends? Thank you. Cool. Just so many people here. All right, this an energy where it's like, I'm just going to put my attention here. So we do have the whole damn zodiac out now. We got earth, we got fire, we got water, we got the air. Everything and everyone is here. It's in the mix, right? Now, again, there's like this little caution. Now, I like the cards. Classically, they're very positive cards, what we have here in the center. But I would say watch out for those smooth talkers, my friends. Like when I see the 8 of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups, it's like, oh, this person's very good at convincing. It kind of feels like a salesman type individual. So I don't know what the skepticism is. And I was picking up something similar for the fire signs this week, where it was like, okay, watch someone's actions and their words, right? Like let someone's actions speak for them. If their words are saying one thing and their actions are showing something different, believe the actions over the words. Again, there might be someone or a very specific situation where spirit is like, be cautious with this, play it safe, beware of this individual. Not like this person specifically has it out for you, but it's like, you got to keep an eye on this. Like just stay aware, stay alert, stay skeptical for whatever reason. Now the Knight of Cups, again, and this could be good. I will say this in the positive sense: 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. It's like, I feel better when I'm working on something. So for some Virgos, it could be very good and beneficial in this time to keep yourself busy. So whether it's like busy with work, busy with a hobby, busy with physical activity, it's like keep yourself busy, you will feel better for it. So that's a good message that we could pull from the center. But with all these different people and the energetic rub off, like the Knight of Cups, I'm going to pick them back up once again, is smooth, silky smooth, easy flowing, easy going, very unbothered type of energy, Prince Charming archetype. So it is great for love. I mean, it's great for emotional well being and health. I do like this card, but I have to go with the intuitive in this stage of the game. So when we go from the skepticism now to this very smooth talking individual, let someone's actions speak for them, not the words they say, but what they're doing. That's the most important. And there is someone or something that Spirit just wants you to keep a very close eye on or beware of. We're going to keep going. Let's see what's up with the Knight of Swords. So, a lot of people here, a lot of people. And this is where the energy did a shift on us ever since the beginning, or a change. So, why is the Knight of Swords in the mix? Why is the Knight of and another person? So maybe it's not beware of one specific individual. Maybe there's multiple people in play. Page of Wands, this energy is just so like 0 to 100 type of energy here, where it's like this energy seems very smooth and cool and unbothered, and then this one is like full send, full go, all in, right? Like if we're playing poker, I'm putting all my chips in the middle. Page of Wands, similar to the Knights, they were big communicators, messengers, forward effort. So again, watch out for anyone pressuring you, forcing you, like trying to convince you. Like there's this odd energy that I'm picking up in the undertone this week, especially with all this energetic rub off that we're picking up. But the Page of Wands is very conversational. Fire. We got the Knight of Swords on top of them. The air. Explosive. Right? So could this be an explosive talk or a message? Absolutely. Could it be someone's energy? Absolutely. Could it just be a warning about an overall volatile, explosive warning of energy? Absolutely. Right? And I'm not saying that the sky is falling, but with all these people, all this energetic rub off, the caution, the skepticism, the smooth talking, and now this energy that just tries to force things, I think it's just watch the people in the circle. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think you're all picking up what I'm putting down. There's just so many individuals here. Now, again, if you're one of those Virgos that's currently in hermit mode, and you're not dealing with a lot of people for whatever reason, this energy could be absolutely like different aspects of the self. I don't want to dive too deep into that, right? Like it's the full gamut where it's like all about identity and perception and perspective, where it's like one day I feel like this, but then I feel like that, and then I feel like this. It's all about structuring it. So like this energy has a lot of crossed wires here. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. So a lot of stuff happening here, but tons of people, as you can see. But if you kindly look in the box position, number one, we got the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in reverse. In the positive sense, it is a hermit mode energy that's kind of keeping to itself, doing whatever it is that you got to do. But to me, it just felt like a healthy dose of skepticism and caution. So whether it's that's advice or how you're moving, could be a good thing. Into the center, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. Normally, classically, that's a beautiful alignment. So for some of you, maybe this is good for keeping yourself busy, working on this, working on that. As long as you have something to put your energy towards, everything flows well. But at the same time, it does feel like somebody trying to convince you or sell you or sweet talk you. So just watch out for stuff like that. There could be like a very specific situation or person that Spirit wants you to keep an eye on or beware of. On the back end, this is where the energy shifts. So it goes from like very cool and calm and no pressure to boom, all the pressure at once, all in. Like I said, we have the Knight of Swords, Page of Wands in the upright. So whether it's an explosive talk, message, an action someone's taking, or just an overall warning that like, hey, this energy has a lot of heat to it, and it's an energy that has volatility. Just watch the energy of other people because there was this rub off. So we're just going to leave it at that. You can look into that further if you want, my friends. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get a card out. What do we got here for the beautiful Virgos? Hopefully it's not another court card, right? But if it is, right? Okay. So I like this in the shadows. So we have the Ten of Pentacles as your shadow card. And usually this is one of the best cards in the deck. It's solid, it's stable, it's predictable, represents wins and victory. So I like this. So even if the energy is like a little dicey in this week's reading, I like the end result. I like the end goal. So it's like current situation is not your final destination. Beautiful. But what's the downside of the Ten of Pentacles? There could be a really, really strong hyperfixation on anything involving money when this is here, or like home, living situations, property. So watch out for any situations dealing with that. But the Ten of Pentacles is an energy that is like really set in stone. It's an energy that's very hard to move off of. So with all that stuff I've been seeing about forcing and convincing, and now this energy here, this could be spirit saying like, hey, Virgo, stick to your guns about something. Or there's just this really stubborn energy that I would like you to watch out for in this time. So we're just going to leave it at that, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The July calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the July subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, I will choose 3 lucky winners to either choose a copy of the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a must-have, or a handmade pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in today's reading, which one spoke to you the most, or jumped out to you the most, or resonated with you. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.